All right, so we are going to go ahead and start taking notes on solving equations using the distributive property. Please make sure that you write these notes down. All right, so first of all, looking at the first problem, this is 2x plus 4 equals 22. Now, typically the equations have been set up for us, so we just go ahead and start solving them strategies. But for right now, notice that there are some parentheses in this particular problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 2 and I'm going to distribute it to the x. Every time I put an arrow, that basically means that you're going to multiply the two of them. So 2 times x, and then I'm going to go with 2 times 4. So 2 times x is 2x. I'm going to put my plus sign there. 2 times 4 is 8 equals 22. So I have now set up my equation removing the parentheses. So I can go ahead and use my strategies and start solving. So I have a positive 8. So the way I need to get rid of a positive 8 is I'm going to subtract 8. What I do on one side, I have to do on the other. So that will cancel out. Now I'm going to have 2x is equal to 22 minus 8. That's going to be 14. So 2x equals 14. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and divide by 2 on both sides because you cannot see the imaginary multiplication symbol. So you want to cancel out those 2 so that we can finally have x isolated. And then 14 divided by 2 gives us 7. So x is equal to 7 on this one. Go ahead and take a look at number 2. We have some parentheses as well, so we're going to go ahead and distribute. So I'm going to distribute here, and I'm going to also distribute here. Now, earlier we had an addition sign in the middle. On this one, we have a subtraction sign. So you want to keep the sign, all right? Whatever it is, you want to keep that. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times a negative 4 is going to give me a negative 12. Equals 18. This is my new equation. I'm going to go ahead and get my strategies done. Boxing that. Again, we're going to box a 3x because that's the last thing that we're going to work with. So how do I get rid of a minus 12 or a negative 12? I'm going to add 12 to both sides. So let's go ahead and add 12. That cancels out. So I'm going to have 3x, and remember, all I did was just bring it down. 3x is equal to 30. 18 plus 12 is 30. There's an imaginary multiplication symbol. The opposite of multiplication is to divide. So we will divide both sides by 3. And again, because we're trying to get x by itself, we are isolating it. X is equal to 10. All right, let's take a look at number 3 here. So number 3 has 4 parentheses x minus 12, close parentheses equals 36. All right, so let's go ahead and put our arrows. Now this strategy, we need to see that as well too when you're writing your notes, when you're working on your assignments. So I have 4 times x is 4x. 4 times a negative 12 is going to give me a negative 48 equals 36. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and work on my strategies, and then we can start solving our equation. So to get rid of a negative 48, I'm going to add 48 to both sides. Okay. So this has canceled out. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the 4x down. So I have 4x is equal to, that's 14, 1, and that is 84. And that's a positive 84. Positive 84. Okay, so I know there's an imaginary multiplication symbol, so I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 4. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do in and out here. So I have 84 with 4. 4 goes into 8 2 times. I'm going to bring down my 4, and that would be 21. So x is equal to 21, and that is my final answer. All right, excuse the lighting here, guys. I've had a hard time trying to get this lighting to work on my end over here. Okay, my lights here are not very good. All right, so let's take a look at the word problem here. It says Tony spent $60 and bought 3 packs of notebooks and a calculator. How much does a pack of notebooks, cost if a calculator costs $45? So he spends $60. He bought 3 packs of the notebooks and a calculator. A would mean 1. A calculator means 1. So he spent $60. So I know that that was my total. He bought 3 packs of notebooks and 1 calculator. How much does a pack of notebooks cost if a calculator cost $45? All right, so I know that he bought 3 packs of a notebook, so I'm going to go ahead and put that, and 1 calculator. All right, so I have my 3 packs of notebooks, and I'm going to just use N for notebooks just to represent my variable. And we know in math always means plus, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put plus 1 calculator. How much does a pack of notebooks cost if the calculator is $45? So the calculator I know is $45. Okay, so this is what I have. I don't know what N is because that's the question, right? I don't know how much the pack of notebooks cost, right? So I'm going to go ahead and have to figure that out. So I'm going to go ahead and work on my strategies. 3 times N would mean 3N. So 3N plus 45 is equal to 60. Okay, so I just did the distributive property with the 3 and the N. All right, now I can go ahead and get my strategies. I'm going to subtract 45 on both sides to cancel that out. So I'm going to have 3N is equal to 15. 60 minus 45 is 15. I know there's an imaginary multiplication symbol there, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and write over here to the side so I'm running out of space. That cancels out, and N is equal to 5. Okay, so I have 5. Let's check ourselves, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and put 3. I'm going to remove the N, and I'm going to put 5 plus 45 is equal to 60. Okay, so then I have 3 times 5 is 15, right? I just multiplied. Plus 45 is equal to 60. And I know, in fact, this is equal to 60, which matches that, and my answer is correct. Okay, so again, we just did the distributive property with the N. We just multiplied it together, and it becomes 3N, and that's our variable that we were solving for. All right, please feel free to review the video if you would like. Other than that, go ahead and begin your assignment. Have a good day, everybody.